All right.
Just to ask, maybe don't ask me first to describe myself, just as I continue to land here, and
no worries. Yeah, okay.
Cheers.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Hearing I ask from the holy races, from Heimdall's sons both high and low. Thou wilt our father, the dweller, relate old tales I remember of days long ago. I remember yet the giants of yore, who gave me bread in the days gone by. 9 worlds I knew, that 9 in the tree, with mighty roots beneath the mould.
All right. Welcome, everyone. A bit of a Norse poetic Edda to kick off the night. So thanks, everyone. We've got a big group, very excited about this one shot, leaning into the horror genre, although things are looking fairly chipper right now. And we're going to be doing Beyond Grief. And before I go into a bit of an introduction, I think it'd be good if we sort of cycle through and everyone give a bit of a description of their characters. Some of you will not know each other, as in the PCs won't have known each other, and some of them may know each other for a little while immediately prior to this. So I can go into that as well in some detail. So, Tacitus, would you like to go first and describe your character, how they look, anything you feel like sharing?
Certainly. Tacitus is a human male, tall-ish, very slender, pale, looks bookish. Distinguishing features are long, unkempt hair, dark bags under the eyes indicative of poor night's sleep, and some golden eyes that very occasionally, when he is under duress, take on a slightly different iris shapes, reminiscent of a goat, or perhaps more distressingly, an octopus.
Nice. Okay, and Umbral, are you up and running and ready to describe your character for us?
Oh gosh, I guess so. She is very drowsy looking. She has like a dusky like skin color and dark hair and dark eyes, and her outfit's fairly distressed. Yeah, that's really all I have.
Okay. And armor and weapons, or what's your normal gear that you would, if people saw you walking down the street as an adventurer?
Oh gosh, they'd probably just see a cloak and really not much by the way of weapon except for a rapier.
Okay, all right. So fairly you didn't far from a warrior or a tank or anything like that, but with a martial weapon. Okay. Sebastian, you can go next. I'm just going along the line here.
Sebastian has pale blue skin, somewhat silvery eyes, and long black hair that is very neatly kept back in a ponytail. It's got a breastplate on, cloak over the breastplate. There's a shield next to him, the holy symbol on the shield, and physically very unimpressive, but carries himself quite well.
Okay. Thank you. And Aluko. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that right too.
Spot on, Aluko. Yeah. Aluko is a tall mountain dwarf. So he's very tall for a mountain dwarf. Dark-haired, kind of deep hazel-eyed, pale skin but very weathered and a bit scarred. Middle-aged. What he wears, he's got kind of very dark leathers and a breastplate. And if pushed, he would be wielding a war pick and a shield. And he enters this riding his horse and cart with Sebastian alongside him, whom he's been travelling with of late.
Yes, okay. Thank you. And Lewin?
G'day, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm a monk. I'm a human monk, and been researching, bit of a researcher, and my life work is Lewin's Opus Grande. We're also travelling with Orsova and I, because we've been interested in what's been happening lately with the reports of a slag.
Yes.
Molten lava falling down and stuff. I've got black eyes, bald, and ready to make and have some fun.
Great. Thank you. In that case, now who did I skip? You have to remind me. Where are you? Orsova, is that right?
Yes, Orzova.
Orzova.
All right. Well, as aforementioned, he has been traveling with his very buff, shirtless fellow there. So Orzova is very, very pallow, very sickly looking. Pale with a yellow tint. Could speak to some malnutrition, but we can see. Very dopey looking. He has constant bags under his eyes. Always looks like he's super sleepy. His clothes are very not tattered, but they're just simple, kind of like different shade of brown linens, kind of moth-eaten, hole-worn here. Just very, very ruddy shoes. Pretty much the only kind of other notable features is he has a shield that looks kind of like a big piece of tree bark ripped off and lacquered or something. And then he also carries a staff in his hand. And for those who are close to him, Lewin specifically, very intricate, kind of almost like dot-to-dot line carvings just all along the shaft. And yeah, so we, I met this guy a little bit ago. He wanted to go see the thing that fell out of the sky. And, I'm all about the stars, man. And that kind of sounds like the same thing. So we'll see. And I just would like to give a quick preface that, I'm living in Japan right now. I was stationed in Darwin for a little bit. So it's great to have the accent back in the Genesis,
Right. Great. I just finished... when we went through Rime of the Frost Maiden, someone was dialing in for probably, a year or so. Expat out of Japan as well. Okay, so in that case, from there, I'll just give a bit of a background just to set the scene. So I think some of you mentioned about your whereabouts right now. So Sebastian and Aluko, you have been travelling the borderlands. This is a war-torn region, and it's a little bit like the 30 Years' War from pre-Napoleonic. So it's been decades of fairly constant war, people changing sides, incursions from the wildlands of humanoid raiders, and the local population have sort of been knocked about from one side to the other, depending on who's currently controlling what area of land. There is a kingdom that some of you might be aligned to, and that historically this region was, but it's changed hands, being on the borders a few times. People come through, and sometimes armies conscript the fitter or younger folk into the army, and other times they might come through and demand a tax, or just take what they want in terms of food to feed the army as they are marching through. And so this is, you've been you've been sort of travelling through these borderland towns, seeing to the dead in terms of funeral rites. I think Sebastian, you're a grave cleric, and so might have an interest in that, seeing people off to the afterlife, and Aluko as someone who works in that area. So basically, for at the end of battles, someone has to do the digging and make sure that the diseases don't spread and so on. And so together, have been a bit of a team and travelling together. following in the wake of armies and raiders and things. There's a lot of conflict in the region, as I said. So, you don't know the other PCs, you two, but in your travels, you often assist local communities. You're both more than just someone who says rights over the dead and someone who digs holes, and you have assisted these local communities from time to time as well.
Yeah, just to be clear about Aluko, that he's definitely much more than just a hole digger.
Yes.
He's a very accomplished hole digger.
Yeah.
He's proficient in religion, and that's because he's very knowledgeable about rights, what rights and cultures and rights. So he really tends to the people and the connection between the people and the land and grief tending, but does not. He knows the gods are there, but he tends to think the gods tend to get in the way and confuse people. But yeah, he's a religious man, but it's about the people and the land.
Okay, thanks for that. So even more probably aligned to Sebastian in terms of seeing to the community and the in the wake of these tragedies. I guess I should also mention, where are we? So Orsova and Lewin, you're both learned in the ways of the stars. Orsova, obviously, as a druid, I forget the proper name, a druid of the Circle of Stars, I believe. Yes. And Lewin, with your interest in this area, particular stellar matters. You have both come from the same arcane library or college, and you're following rumours of a fallen star nearby, which was fairly significant and fairly close to local communities. So that's brought you to this region, looking for the site of this fallen star, or find out what to investigate. To cut a long story short. And you two are travelling with Umbral. Where are you, Umbral? There you are. So I'm just moving you over just to sort of group you all.
Sounds good.
Yep. So the three of you, you're also travelling in the same direction, doing the same thing, and you've got your own reasons for seeking this out. You've been getting these headaches and things, and you're feeling some sort of psychic draw to this location. Curiously, you might have wanted to run the other direction, but I guess to move the story along, you've decided to try and seek out what's causing these this psychic distress signal or pull or something of that kind. You can't quite can't put a name on it, and it's not something you've felt before. But being a soul knife, you've got psychic sensitivity in that sort of domain, in that discipline. Last thing, I won't say much more about Tacitus, but you've got your own reasons for being in this area, and you can maybe share that with the others in game as it comes up.
Certainly.
Okay, so what I'm going to do in that case is, you're not travelling together, so I'm going to shift maps. And you'll see a new map resolve here at some point. It's fairly dreary, overcast, and you've been trudging through rain quite a bit, a true sort of light rain quite a bit as well.
Sorry, have I met up with the caravan, or have we not physically all met up yet?
You haven't all physically met up yet.
Okay, yeah, thought so.
I'm just positioning some things around the place. Okay, so let me know. Is anyone seeing black, or are you now seeing the
Oh, yeah, just have to scroll down a bit.
Oh,
Yeah, got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Aha.
you're now approaching a small logging community, the town of Arklin. There we go.
There we go.
Right, so you can see people in the streets, and there's quite a crowd around. And this is as you, Lewin, or Sova, and Umbral come walking through. I'm just going to switch off our dynamic lighting there. There we go.
Ah.
It's day, so we don't need to fuss with... Yeah, so as you come walking into town, it's fairly empty, and looking left and right, you can see quite a few there's many. This is what we're seeing here. Is this community is this sort of hilltop is only a few houses, but there's others dotted all around in the lead up to the top of the hill. So it's sort of representative of this small town. Logging community on the edge of a deep wood, and I guess that there's a few gardens and things around the place. And as you approach, you see someone who hails you. He says, "Oh, more newcomers to Arklin. You should turn around now."
Oh, but we just got here, man. Why?
Yeah, what's the deal?
This is a place of death.
Place of death. What do you mean?
Well, what people haven't been taken by generals and warlords. We're just on our knees. This whole community. Anyway, you'll find food and lodging. I guess someone will be happy to look after you if that's why you're here, stopping by, as they all do.
Well, actually, we're just stopping by because we've heard rumours of, we've been searching around for this slag, like star that fell down nearby. Have you heard rumours about that?
He sort of shakes his head and goes, "Oh, that again." And he sort of gestures towards the centre of the township.
Okay. But you've got some ale here somewhere, haven't you?
Yeah, he also sort of vaguely gestures up the hill to the centre of the town as well.
Okay. I'll show you another. What do you reckon? Maybe we should go to the tavern? Or go to where he's pointing?
I mean,
Perhaps.
I guess he seems to have maybe seen he's kind of rude. Maybe someone knows, yeah?
Yeah. Best place to get information. Gotta be the bar.
Yeah. Okay, so as you approach, you can see that there's a group of people standing around. Aluko, Sebastian and Tacitus, you're also there, and you've been here a few days, and the conversation that you're watching now is one that you have seen before, but you just haven't chosen to voice your opinion up to now. Bear with me a second.
Sebastian, this rain is good. This rain is good. The grief here in this town is heavy, and the rain will help to loosen it a little, I feel.
That's why we're here, to offer peace, to restore a balance. And this rain will be here for now, but it'll pass. These people will see that there is more beyond this gray.
You are right, Sebastian, but I fear only when they have embraced this rain, this pain that is here now. It lies heavy on this town. We must not rush the people beyond it, as much as we might wish that.
I have no intention of rushing, as you know, but I do feel that too much concern over these temporary, fleeting things, it can distract people from the real mission. We must really focus on the balance between life and death. Death happens. They're all going to experience that. We're here to make sure they understand. It's just part of the natural balance.
On that, we do agree.
You notice that there's a crowd formed around near the central well, and there seems to be a speaker which this crowd is listening to. You can see her there in the red dress, and people sort of throng and make a bit of a circle, just like someone who's not holding court as such, but has clearly got something to say, and people are listening in. If you wanted to move over and join it, you can. And same, Aluko, Sebastian.
I think we should go over and join. I want to hear what's going on.
As you've walked through the border of the town to enter, and I think all of you have noticed more than half of the buildings are abandoned, boarded up, in some cases derelict. While there is gardens and things around the place, some of them have got crops and vegetables in them, but they're either rotted or overgrown with weeds. And the town seems about half occupied, bit of a ghost town. And there's a crowd of about 24 people, and this person is saying, all of you, you need to come with me. This place is a place of death. There's nothing for you here anymore. This town is not worth saving. You must come to me. The meteor has shown the way.
Mm-hmm.
I am the herald of abundance. And all of your other townsfolk that have chosen to enter Merwin Wood, and I beseech you, do not starve here. Come and join us. The offer is there with open arms. And you see some of the villagers sort of look at each other a little bit skeptical, and some of them clearly considering it, but on the fence, I guess. We offer you peace, freedom from this material suffering, the grief of this place. There is a new life in Merwin Wood, far from these kings, far from these warlords. Many have already accepted this wondrous opportunity.
Sebastian will step forward.
Okay.
Harold, your offering sounds very enticing, but when something is given, something is often taken away.
Mm.
What is it you'll be taking from these people who join you?
There is strength in number. This is why what made our community strong at the start, but we are a shadow of our former self. The woods are dangerous. As we have seen, humans cannot be trusted. Well, not kings and barons. We need to trust in one another. And the more people that come and start in this new, I hate to say paradise, but that's what it feels like compared to this.
You make a compelling and persuasive argument that there is strength in numbers, but why not amass those numbers here, where there already is an establishment?
Oh, the next warlord will come through and take it all. Deeper in Merwood, past the dangers of the woods, the meteor keeps away all dangers, and we are unthreatened.
How does a meteor keep away warlords?
It is a wonder, a wonder from the heavens.
I have some experience with the heavens, and often I find that when they provide wonder, they are often indicating a direction. So, with this wonder that you found, this heaven, how is it giving you this refuge? How is it giving you paradise?
Well, our crops grow. Life, sustenance of the earth. And the invitation is there to you all. Come, join us. Directly north, and you will find the way.
Everything you're saying sounds just very, very appealing. What if you were to take maybe a few of us, a small number, me, one or two others, maybe a few others, and you show us, you convince us, you take us to this new paradise, you convince us first. And then we will gladly come back. If everything you say is true, we will gladly come back and convince others.
Oh, there were scores of the town of Arklin are already there. They will welcome you with open arms. And she sort of looks and gestures around to the others. Do not die here.
Aluko reaches out an arm just to put it on Sebastian's side, to stay him for just a moment, and just whispers to Sebastian, These are wise words of yours, Sebastian. I would like to hear what the people here have to say in response to this herald. I'd like to hear what is in their hearts at this time.
Well, with that pause, some of the locals do voice their opinions. One of them says, I am Taylor Dereleth, and seems fairly, speaks with some authority, and is clearly a surviving town elder. You, Herald, have divided this town enough as it is. You've left all who are left behind are now vulnerable due to your poisoned tongue. And now we all are open more so to threats and struggling to survive. And she says, of course, the more you stay here, the more dangerous it becomes. Someone else also pipes up and says, I'm struggling to take care of my own family and tend the crops. There's no logging happening anymore. The town's getting no income. Sparse resources. Maybe we should all as one give up together rather than leave others behind to struggle on. If we cling too deeply to something that's to a sinking ship, I don't want to be dragged down with it. Sometimes you need to be brave enough to find a new home. And with that, you find that of the assembled locals, they pretty much roughly form into one of those two camps. Either they're going to stay and, like someone staying with their house and when a fire's bearing down on them, no matter what, they're digging their heels in. And others seem to be fed up and ready to cling to anything for hope.
Just quietly, Aluko will say, audibly enough that anyone who wants to hear him can hear him, but he's not shouting this into the square, if you see what I mean. He's just loudly enough. He will say, sometimes we have to start by looking at our own shadows, lest we take our own disease with us wherever we go.
Oh, That sounded pretty smart, man. So hey, lady. A lot of people say meteors are like stars that left the sky. Does it have any powers that you need to do something?
Simply proximity is all that's required. Stay close enough, and the region around our new town is protected.
Whoa, Lewin, we should go look.
I definitely think we should have a look at that. Definitely.
How about you, Aluko? Is you wanna?
Well, Aluko, he just turns around to hear these newcomers, and he's going to remain quiet and just, he wants to hear the people around him.
Okay. And what about Umbral? What are you doing throughout this?
Oh, I'm sticking close to Lewin and Orzov and agree with them, essentially.
Yeah. Okay. So what say you, Herald? What are your... And she says that they're calling her the Herald, as self-proclaimed. And she says, this town rests on a precipice. No matter how well-intentioned, you will soon be unable to provide for yourselves, even if you can now. And the looks of concern that you see from all those around show that even those that are wanting to stay understand this to be true. And
Aluko feels to take a step forwards and speak to that. Be of your own minds, always, good people. Be in your integrity, of course. Do not consider, maybe do not let another person imagine your future for you.
Okay. Some of them turn to you. I'll get you to do a persuasion check, Aluko.
Sure.
Pretty smart, man.
Yeah.
Pretty smart, man.
I don't feel he was trying to persuade anyone.
No, it's just
But sure. He was trying to sort of offer some words of wisdom into the space for people to do what they want.
Yeah. And it's sort of he's
definitely not trying to change anyone's mind.
No,
because his point is to have their own mind.
Yeah, so because she's clearly trying to persuade them, and you're then going, well, hang on, you should make up your own mind. So I'm just using the persuasion to try and see if you can get them to make up their own mind. It was almost an anti-persuasion.
Yeah. Okay, well, good luck on my dump stat.
You're right.
He's all about the wisdom.
Yes, that's fair enough.
Not the charisma.
Okay. Boom. 18 minus 1 gives us 17.
That'll do.
All right.
It was written.
Yes, and well spoken. So let me see. She sort of gives you a bit of a look at...
You can give me advantage due to my oratory anytime you like.
Yeah, and I probably should have in that case, but it looks like you didn't need it. Yeah, so she looks to you, and without any hint of antagonism or malice or anything, and she sort of nods almost as if you're a child that doesn't understand. And she says, fine, I will leave you to talk amongst yourselves, looking not just at you, Aluko, but around at the assembled group of villagers.
Aluko will place his hand on his heart and look back at her with love.
Okay. And she says, I invite you, visit our camp north through the Merwin Woods, and you will learn for yourselves. However, while the camp is safe, you do look capable, and she sort of looks at some of the various weapons or, clearly adventuring gear that you carry. The woods are not safe around it and between here and Arklin, but I will cherish the day when more of you, and she gestures to the rest of the group as well, join us all. And with that, she sort of says, "I will leave you to your discussions."
Lewin's going to follow her.
Okay. Who is that, sorry?
Lewin.
Lewin. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you doing that obviously, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Umbral will be right behind Lewin.
Okay.
I will follow the herald as well.
Okay. All right. So she's over here.
Yeah.
Oh, quick teleport, eh?
Oh, I was just saying she was just sort of walking. She turns to you and says, yes?
I just wanted, you really piqued my interest when you were talking about this meteor. You seem to have a bit of knowledge about it, and that's actually what Umbral and Ochova and myself have been traveling around for. We've actually really interested. So if you could give us a bit more information, that would be really handy.
Well, there's not much. It's difficult to know, but I have visions. I have visions of how to proceed and how to succeed.
Visions.
They're not. I'm not being influenced like words in my head as a priest might or anything like that. It's just I know that there's a presence looking after us all.
And how do you know that presence is good or evil?
Oh no, it's benevolent, as you will see when you come to the camp.
Okay. And can you tell me more about this meteor?
It's not something that can easily be described. It's a feeling more than anything else.
So you haven't actually seen it?
Oh no. No, it is. It fell from the earth, fell from the heavens directly into the earth, and now where it fell, she sort of pauses for a moment, getting a little bit teary, and she just looks up at you and sort of nods abundance.
Okay. So where did this fall exactly? So I would like to have some research on this.
Oh yes, it is near. Come to the camp. The camp is built adjacent to it for protection.
Okay. All right. I'll talk with Umbral and Ochova and see what we're going to do then.
I shall see you soon.
Should we let her go or should we keep following her?
I suppose we should follow her so we can find where this camp is.
That's what I was thinking. But we do need to introduce ourselves to these other people, but we don't know that they're there.
Well,
what do you think, Ochova?
You do know. You've just heard Aluko and Sebastian talking before. I forget exactly which it was. So
Yes.
the two groups of you were near each other, and so enough to hear what whispers you were sharing. I think it was Aluko that was talking before, not loudly to the whole assembled group.
Quick question, DM.
Yeah.
Or two quick questions, actually.
Yeah.
One is, if three of us have been in town for a few days,
Yes.
would we have a sense that others in town here know where the camp is?
Yeah, they know. They you've seen people leaving to head towards the camp, and they're all heading north into the deep woods.
Okay, so Aluko's sense would be that he doesn't, if he wants to go to the camp, he doesn't have to follow the herald. We can get there.
No,
anyway.
it would be something that other people must have found their way to it, at least from what the herald's saying.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, Aluko's got a horse and cart and the survival skills, so he feels very comfortable with that. Second question is, and I guess it's kind of direct to Tacitus, had we spoken in these few days or not? I'm just wanting to establish whether we have a connection prior to this moment.
He's been pretty remote, but he is a figure that he's a newcomer to the town and has been perhaps making the same sort of discreet investigations that you would have made. So our paths may well have crossed. And
okay, so we acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
But not spoken in depth. Okay, great.
And if I have heard you saying, asking Umbral if you should follow her, he will pipe up and say, well, we know that the meteor is north. I'm sure we can find it without her.
Indeed.
Whoa, but guy, I don't understand, guys. We get to live. They can live near a meteor. Why is this bad? That's come on.
Olaf, isn't it clear that this might be a little bit more than that?
What do you mean more? I mean, that guy, that smart, weird-looking guy up there was talking about like shadows and stuff, and it's when you think about it, it's like a meteor is like the shadow of a star, and that's here in the woods. Why would you not want that?
Well, we don't even know if it's good, and it seems like it may very well be talking to her.
All the reason to see, man. It's some people say like stars are portals to other dimensions, or kind of like if it comes from a certain constellation, depending on where it is in the sky, it could be like almost like that guy was saying, a shadow of that constellation and the god it represents. And they don't want that. What's going on?
I look to Aluko and go, I actually concur with both of you. I am impressed by your insight. Madam, I can tell you with certainty that there is something from the stars that has landed here, and it may well not only be not good, but quite beyond mortal conceptions of good and evil.
Even more reason
Aluko, go ahead. No, go ahead, please.
Sorry, I just said it. Even more reason to seek it out.
Yeah, Aluko puts his hand out towards these newcomers, but especially kind of pointing. He's looking at Sebastian, but he's pointing kind of open-handedly, sort of towards Orzhova and Tacitus, and says to Sebastian, "If we were to go to investigate this star, we could do much, much worse than to go with two people who are deeply interested in stars."
I would agree. I think we all have an invested interest here. I think this is a lot of change for these people all at once. And I think that people can take advantage of change, whether it's natural or whether it's intentional from some other force. We don't know what's happening yet. We don't know whether or not it's appropriate or whether or not it's going to be helpful. So if we work together, I think we could really help these people.
It's Taylor coming up to you, seeing you conversing.
Great, I was just about to go and try and speak to her.
Hello. I see some of you are new in town and you were discussing events and this herald.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yeah, why don't you want to leave? This guy who saw us when we were coming in said this is a place of death. That's not cool.
Well, death can be very cool. It's just a matter of how you look at it.
Well, the town is definitely on its knees, but many believe we should stay and fight for what we've worked for all of our lives. If you're going to this camp, though, know that there are dangers in the woods. But it's at least several miles, from what I gather, to where the star fell. We all, well, not we all, but many of us saw it.
When you say dangers, what sort of dangers are you talking about?
Well, there are humanoids, orcs, gnolls, and beasts.
Beasts. Well, I think we should definitely go and investigate this star, but first it'd be good to maybe associate ourselves with Aluko and Sebastian, because they seem to be dressed in similar gear as ourselves and look to be adventuring around. I'd like to get to know them, and maybe we have similar goals.
After a while, one does recognize the type.
Indeed.
He
So I
said,
turn over to Sebastian and introduce myself. Hello, my name is Lewin.
Well, we're very pleased to meet you, Lewin. I'm Sebastian.
Hi, guys. I'm Orzova. Man, stars, you can learn a lot from the stars. We can't let this go, guys.
Taylor says, we have very little to give, but if you are planning to go to the camp, this will truly determine or expose the Herald for what I believe. There's some sort of connection between her. Did you see her skin?
Did you see her skin?
It did seem a bit sweaty. A little bit pale. And it's
Seemed
not
rude to comment at the time.
It's not hot. He says, I don't have much, magical knowledge or anything like that, but I wish you well. And if there's any basic survival equipment we can provide, we might be able to rummage it up from the town.
What color was the star when it fell?
Pale blue.
Oh.
And it fell slowly. It was incredible.
Pale blue, nice. Well, Sebastian, have you been here for a little bit of time? Have you? You just seem to know your way around the town and walk around. That you've been here a little while.
We've been here for a few days, yes.
Okay. And what's the gist of the town? Because the person that introduced us to the town when we first came in, he said it was a town of death, and very, very turning.
Well, every town is a town of death, ultimately. This one seems to be going through a troubling time, and there seems to be some discomfort in that transition. We've seen a lot of people who seem troubled enough to leave.
Indeed. Every place is a place of death as much as it is of life. And the wars have brought more than their fill of death. This town is overflowing with the grief of death. It weighs heavily on them. That is what I believe this man was saying to you when you arrived.
Yeah. Well, it is, from the look of this town, it is certainly getting swallowed and not going to last much longer by the look of the town. Bit dreary. Yes.
In the great darkness, the light may yet come. Elder, and Aluko turns round to Taylor. as we spoke about yesterday, I want to assure you again that Aluko here serves you, Elder, and the people here. Whatever may happen on the road, in the wood, at the camp with the star, I do this for you and for the people here. Yeah. Please be assured of that.
What's that, Aluko?
Oh, that guy's smart.
Well, perhaps we start leaving now before we lose some light.
Perhaps we could all, join the forces.
Quiet one.
Yep. So if you you saddle up, there's enough for two in the wagon.
Yeah, well, two of us side by side, but also a couple in the back, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
There's enough room. There's enough room in the back to carry bodies.
Yeah,
as
that's
we
true.
have been doing. So, I will go prepare Strix, my horse.
Okay.
Journey.
And so Sebastian and Aluko at the front, and any two riding shotgun up the back there.
No, I'm going to walk.
Okay. Behind or in front?
Yeah, I'll go behind.
Okay. And who else is walking?
Oh, free spot next to. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Okay, so I've just got that sort of distinguishes a bit of a marching order.
Yep.
Hey, Umbro.
Yes.
You know, I always said it was like blue, you know? See,
Yes.
the color blue is, that's normally like, tied to like life and fertility, kind of like growth, and any kind of deities that, kind of dwell in those domains. So it only makes sense that if this meteor that was like blue, like hit the ground, stuff would start growing from it,
I suppose. You're far more knowledgeable in this than I.
So, who is up front? I'm just zoning in here. Can you see this forming now?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Aluko will drive, obviously.
Yep.
And just before they leave, before he shakes the reins loose for Strix to walk on, he'll look upwards into the clouds, into the rain, and just quietly says, "Be with us, ancestors, on this journey."
Awesome. And with that, you quick tap of the reins and you're off. Walking speed, obviously, it's still a draft horse and a cart, and Lewin and Tacitus can easily keep pace. And
Are you missing Sebastian on the cart?
No, Sebastian's there, next to you.
Oh, I can't see him. Okay, you're very, very shadowy, Sebastian. Well done.
He goes, boo. Yeah, so you head through a bit more open woodlands for the start, and it's pretty easily heading north. And there's a few trails where more recent logging activity would have taken place. However, it's not long before you head into a much deeper forest. And are any of you sort of nature based at all, or are you mostly city folk? There's no ranger amongst you, but I'm not saying you need to be a particular class.
I have a little bit to do with nature.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a druid in the group. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, yeah, Aluko is definitely more rural. He
Okay.
has the survival skill. He's
Oh,
definitely
great.
More rural, but certainly not as much as the druid.
Okay. So, Orzova, this place, as you enter the deeper woods, you feel very uneasy. Uneasy is understating it. it's you are closely in tune with the natural world, and something feels to you very wrong that you can't put your finger on.
Ugh. Hey, anyone feel that?
No. What's going on? What's over?
Well, you know, if you're like in a green, healthy forest, you kind of like feel good and happy and vibrant and stuff. And that's not here, man.
Okay. Maybe there's some magic in play.
You just feel good.
Okay.
I mean, we're passing by like trees and stuff, yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to be a little druid dick and try to cast speak with plants on a fucking tree we're passing.
Okay. Okay, you cast speak with plants?
Yeah, just I guess like this big kind of brand new tree we're passing. Hey, man, how are you feeling?
Oh, feels like you're talking to someone with gastro.
Is this like long time, short time?
We ache.
Oh,
There's
man,
a
guys,
sickness. There's a sickness in the ground. It's raining, and this is the way we'll die if we don't drink through our roots. But whatever is in the ground with this water, it's foul.
Oh, you can't drink, or whatever's in the ground is making the water bad.
Yes.
Oh, guys, this some's bad. The trees, he's not drinking.
And you looking up, you can see the greenery above is quite wilted, like a plant that hasn't been watered in a long time, and it's actually drizzling with rain right now.
Is it old or so bad?
Oh man, I Hey man, how old years cycles do you?
How long have we been sick?
How many rings do you have? And then of those rings, of you being sick?
Only less than a season. I've been here for years, and Gary over there's probably been there for 50.
Oh man, yeah, guys, see over there, and I point across the road. Gary over there, he's been there longer. But yeah, so it's you would say in only a season that they've been sick. They're not doing good.
Okay.
Perhaps it's that meteor.
Yes.
Perhaps it's not life, but maybe death.
Maybe death. I would like to just pick up a bit of soil and do an Arcana check on it.
Okay. Can you do your Arcana? Sorry, who's that? Sometimes you'll need to say Aluko. Okay,
Lewin.
so Lewin will do an Arcana check. Because it'll take me a while, probably more than one session, to match voices to names. Arcana, let's have a look. You do see, investigating around, you do see that there might be a bit of something pale between some leaves, and you sort of scrabble around. Let's have a look. Push away a few leaves or something.
Yeah.
Yes. And there's this thick, milky, sort of viscous fluid, sort of like a pale white oil.
Okay.
On the ground.
Check this out.
And can you do a Constitution saving throw for me?
Of course I can.
Okay. You visibly start to retch, and as if you're going to vomit, as you're sort of reaching towards it, and manage to fight through that and overcome it and stand up instead of back into some fresher air. But as you got close, your head started to spin.
Well, there's definitely something foul there. I couldn't even get close to it. I was just about to throw up everywhere, got dizzy. Some milky fluid in the ground that's definitely potent and vile.
And Lewin, with your Arcana check, you couldn't tell that it was a magical source, but you could tell that this fluid wasn't sort of the way that it had formed. It wasn't like rain, how it comes from above, drips down and flows. It's more like it's soaked up from beneath the ground.
Okay.
Oh man, Gary can't drink that.
No. That's very bad.
Yeah.
Very, very bad for the forest.
Lewin, is it lingering or you feel better?
No, I feel better now that I'm away from it.
I see. So it's probably not incredibly toxic or lingering like a poison?
No, I don't believe so. It's just when you go to actually touch it, the milky substance, that's when maybe physical contact.
You were scrubbling away the leaves just to get a good look, so you would have been, only a couple of inches away from it.
Yeah.
You might have even got some on your fingers from one of the leaves. It's hard to say. You were just investigating.
Yep.
Okay.
Orzov, can you ask them if they can sense where it's coming from?
10 minutes. Hey, didn't catch your name. Friend of Gary. Do you know where this is coming from?
Hey, the name's Trey.
Trey. Of course. Do you know where this is coming from?
It's coming from the earth.
Yeah, like from the bottom, or like it's coming from a direction.
Oh, we can't see, can't tell.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trey and Gary. We'll try to. Oh man, no, guys. It's just there. It just came from the ground. This is bad.
Is this substance extraterrestrial?
I wasn't able to discern that.
No, it didn't seem. It didn't seem natural, but he was checking it for its sort of magical properties, and
Yeah.
it didn't come up as magical of any sort.
You were saying, Umbra?
Sorry. I imagine it has to be unnatural if the trees don't recognize it.
No, that's a good point. Does anyone have an alchemy kit or some such?
When a stone falls in a pool of water, there are many ripples. The ripples are not the stone. They show no sign of the stone other than that they are ripples.
Whoa.
Yes. Impact of a meteor.
I think so. I imagine so.
Doesn't even seem safe enough to take a sample. Oh well.
Umbral, as you're sitting on the back of this wagon here and chatting to the ones in front, and actually it was Orzova that's talking to trees, and who was doing the investigation check? Was that Sebastian? Lewin. Okay, so you're over there investigating these trees and so on. So, Umbral, you're looking in that direction, and you see a bit of a movement in the bushes, and a deer sort of stumbles through the trees, and it looks at you, and it's large, like it's a full-grown deer, a doe. I'm not going to launch into song, and it looks to you for a moment, and its eyes are vacant, and its sort of gait is faltering, and then it makes this terrified, wounded sort of sound, and then turns its head and dashes back into the woods in a different direction.
Aluko ready himself. Yeah.
Did any of you see that deer?
I heard a deer.
Aluko
The
and
deer was escaping something.
yeah, Aluko, Lewin, and Orzova. Even Sebastian, you might have caught it as it was leaving, but the rest of you sort of see the look on Umbral's face as she sees something over your shoulder and spin around, and you do see probably the back of a deer maybe, or at least some rustling bushes as it darts off.
It looks like it may. I don't know if it looks like it was being hunted so much as contaminated with something.
I think we should go investigate it. Let's have a look, see.
A deer would rarely stumble towards people, towards the light. That is rare. Unless there was something behind it that it was more afraid of.
Yes.
Animals can very rarely define where the pain is coming from. They just react. I imagine it may have been something inside, much like these trees.
You hear something in the distance, and looking in the direction, and looking in the direction of the. Where are we?
Which way did it come from, dear? Oh, and by the way, it looks like we can see from the light of a lantern or a torch, but
Yes.
can those of us who have got dark vision have some of that on the
Yeah.
map?
I'll just turn down this music for a second. It's pretty intense. Yeah, I'll check that if you can't see, if you've got dark vision, I'll check that out now. So Aluko, let's have a look. You should.
I was also going to say about if we're getting into, I wasn't kind of looking at the map. I was more looking at the at Discord. If we're in between the trees and it's quite dark in here, then Aluko would already have lit a lantern and hung it on the front of the car.
Sure. Okay.
So I would love dark vision on Aluko, but I would like a lantern on the front of the cart if possible, please.
Yep.
Seeing Aluko take that action, Sebastian would hand him a lantern of revealing.
Thank you, my friend. So maybe we have a lantern, a regular lantern, a lantern of light at the front, but a lantern of revealing as well on the other corner of the front.
I think the lantern of revealing. You'll have to call it up into the chat just so that we can see how it works, or paste it or something. But I've put a lantern on the cart in any case, so that's going to light up the area around it, as you can see there.
Yep.
Great.
Okay, and I've given you dark vision. Does anyone else have dark vision? I think Sebastian.
I do.
You do. So Umbral. Let's have a look. Don't know. Oh,
No
no.
one does with the goggles of night.
Oh, I know, but I think I've already fixed yours up.
Yeah.
Before we started.
And then my devil's sight, but there's light, so.
Yeah. So Umbral, I've now given you. Orzova.
I'm human.
You are human. Wow.
Congratulations.
The unique human. And it's Lewin that's got the goggles. So I think everyone's sorted now. Okay. Happy days.
So which direction did the deer come from, and which direction did the sound that we just heard come from? Would be my next questions.
Okay. I'll show you what steps into view. I've got a handout here.
Yeah, I can see it. See something. I was just about to say I'll do an active perception check, but have a good look around.
Are you seeing a
Wolf.
yeah, wolf sort of comes into view?
Yep.
Now I'm just rejoining Roll20 for a second. That's a good thing about having Discord open. Just sometimes it sort of cacks itself. There we go. Still loading. Okay. So what I'm going to do as the first thing is I've opened the turn order. Click on your token, or just make sure you've selected your token, and then go to roll D&D Beyond to roll your initiative, and that will throw you into the initiative order with a roll.
Oh, 23.
Yeah, I see. And also over, you've got a 14 there. Not getting any sound for some reason. Can everyone hear music still?
No music.
Yep.
Negative on the music.
Yeah, I got the music.
Oh, yeah. Very
and
soft.
now I lost the music.
That's all right. I'm just going to restart
I had it and I lost
it. No problem. Okay, so we've got Orzova, Lewin, Aluko, and Tacitus. So we just need Umbral, I think, and...
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just having an issue with my roll 20 right now.
Excuse me.
So if you look in your journals, you can actually see these wolves that are appearing. They're as bigger than horses. They've got glowing eyes. 1, 2, who don't we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 in there so far. One more to come.
My D&D Beyond is not showing up here. And just roll in roll 20.
Yeah, if you want to just do a regular... Sorry, what's your character? Is that Orzova?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
So... Do you have the Beyond 20 extension?
I do.
Loaded? Yeah.
So click on...
I just have to reload mine.
Make sure you click on your token so that it's highlighted, so that you can see the red, green and blue dots, and then go to D&D Beyond and click your initiative. And you see a couple of other of these wolves come into view as well, at the limits of the light from the horse.
Oh, yeah. Well, wolves do travel in packs.
Okay.
Still no music for me. I don't know if everyone else is getting it.
No, I haven't put it on yet. I'm just getting the...
Oh, yeah. 10 squares, 50. So where do we see the... We can see a few of them. Okay.
Yeah, at the limits of your vision.
Yep.
But I'm
Very big.
Okay, I'm just doing some initiative for them. Oh, there you go, Sebastian, you're in. It worked. And all right, we've got a big turn here, but I'm putting him in individually. So these 3 wolves, at least 3 that you can see.
Yep.
Snarling. Enter the limits of your light, and they look like they're about to charge you. What do you want to do? Lewin, you're up. You're right at the front there.
Yep. I am going to... move closer.
Okay. You can use your arrow keys to move one square at a time and count them out. I think you've got a lot of movement anyway. Arrow keys on
Use
your.
my arrow. Yes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can move. That's 6 diagonally.
Yeah, that's fine. Just count diagonal.
Yes, that's 7.
Okay.
I'm just going to engage. I'm going to engage this lovely, scary-looking wolf with my short sword.
Short sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit. First roll of the day. Well, first attack roll of the day. And it's a 24. You hit.
I hit. Yay! Then. So damage, how do I do that again? Oh, that's right. I click on there. There you go. 8. So I'm just going to come around and slice vertically. No,
Okay.
horizontally.
Yep. You slash at it.
Yep.
And do you just get the one attack?
No. So now I'll use my other attack. So my unarmed strike.
Okay.
$25.
25 hits as well.
Okay, and then. Did
25.
the damage come through? 5? Is that fine?
Yep. So you can you see a green health bar at the top of it?
Oh yes, I can.
Okay, so the first slash wounds it pretty badly, and another one.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your turn over?
No, now I get an extra attack.
Okay. This is a martial arts attack, so you knee it or punch it with your other hand or something. Unarmed strike.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a good knee.
Okay, 24. Doof. How much
Yeah.
damage? It hits as well. How much damage?
And damage. Another 5.
All right.
That's a strong knee. God, take that.
Boom. Okay, so bam, bam, slash or stab because it's a short sword, thrust piercing weapon.
Yeah.
And so you've done a fair bit of damage, and I think that's your turn done. Yes.
Yes. Now I'm probably gonna get surrounded.
No, just the one that gets the jump is this sort of rusty color.
I am trusting that this monk is courageous, not foolish.
Yes, I'm courageous. Yeah, I saw that one there. Oh, good. He went the other way. Thank goodness.
Okay, it dashes in from the other side and comes in at you, Aluko.
Yeah, Aluko is ready for it, receiving it with his shield.
He's fighting stance with his
Okay, it comes back. It draws back on all 4 feet as if it's about to crouch, but then instead of pouncing, it opens its mouth in a sort of immense, almost unhinged way, and like when a dog retches on the ground after eating the wrong stuff, and sprays all of this ichor all over you, Orzova, and your horse.
Oh no!
And the 3 of you need to do saving throws, please, versus dexterity.
Okay, so barbarian advantage on this.
Yeah,
save.
you can see it coming.
Right.
Oh dear.
So Orzova,
Yes.
natural 1. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Aluko rolls a 21.
He's a 19.
And what about your horse? I think you should have a character sheet that you can roll in roll 20 for his checks.
Oh, did you put one in there?
Yeah, you've got it
Oh yeah.
in your journal.
Thank you.
You
I
can
got it.
actually.
Yeah. Come on, Strix.
Come on, 20.
Not time to cross the river yet, Strix. There's work to do. It's just loading up. DM.
Okay.
Being
So,
slow for some reason.
Orsova, you take 26 damage. This ichor that comes over you is sticky and burns with an acidic, and it's an acid burn, and it does 26 acid damage to you, Orsova. Let's see, the draft horse. What's it trying to save? It needs a 15 dex save, so the horse also takes 26, and so do you.
And that's Strix down.
Strix
Yeah,
down.
at the end of
Aluko, you're going to take half that. You're not raging or anything, so
Yeah. No.
it'll be 13 damage.
Okay.
bang.
And you
Cool.
can
That's cool.
now, Tacitus. Are you with us?
Yes.
Okay. So it is your turn. What do you want to do?
He flicks a droplet of water from somewhere from his hand, and much like the drop of blood from the end of the Annihilation movie on Netflix, if you've seen it, one drop divides into two, two become four, and so on and so forth until it lands as a glob and swiftly grows into a water elemental.
Oof.
next to this dwarf. I cast Summon Elemental.
Nice.
Okay.
A six, it'll be next to that wolf in front of Aluko.
Over here somewhere?
Sure, yeah. And I don't know what you want to do for its initiative, whether it goes on the end of my turn or it rolls itself or whatever.
Yeah, I'll have it just go straight after you.
Sure. And then as a bonus action, I will summon my tentacle over here somewhere in front of the horse, between the horse and the wolf.
Okay.
And my tentacle will smack at it.
I'm looking for a decent tentacle. I'm going to use Evards, but I'll just scale it down to be 1 square.
Oh, great.
Okay, so you see this tentacle come out of the ground and flail away on this wolf.
Sorry.
Oh, it's sort of like in between the wolf and horsey. Just so Aluko is within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
It takes 2d8 frost damage.
Oof.
Yay.
Oh, why is it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, these dice are so slow.
How'd you go?
It's looking like 8 so far. There we go. Yeah, 8 frost damage.
Okay, it takes the full damage, and you should see its health bar now.
Splendid. Then the elemental goes at the end of my turn, and it will make 2 slam attacks.
Okay.
Uses my spell attack modifier, 1d10 plus 4 plus. Okay, and let me see. I'll just roll with advantage so we get 2 dice rolls. Oh, so slow. Oh, good. 22 and well above 20 to hit.
Okay, both of those hit. And I've given you control. You should actually have in your journal now the water elemental, and you can actually move the token, and attack for it from here on in.
Sure.
Okay, so what have we got? 2
Roman
hits.
damage.
How much damage?
Makes 2 attacks, so that I'm rolling 2d10 now.
Yep.
Let's see. Ooh, that's not a great roll. 18 plus 7, 25 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 2 massive thwacks. This thing towers over the wolf, pounding it. It's badly damaged, but not dead. Okay, Lewin. Oh, Lewin, you just did a be right back. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm back. I just had to get my ass with Papa.
Okay, all right. So this wolf that's right next to you, it attacks.
Sorry, I may have dropped out the turn order because I had to reload Roll20s, and I'm still not fully back in, but I think that might have missed me out.
Oh, you're still here. The 2 wolves are going, and then you're up. You're okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. This wolf goes to snap at you with its bite.
Okay.
I'm just rolling raw d20s here. It hits armor class 21. I assume that hits.
Oh, 21? Yes.
Yeah. Now, is it you
my AC is only 15.
Is it you that's got the displacement?
Yes, I do have the cloak of displacement.
Okay,
yes.
I'll just roll a second time. Just. Oh no.
Oh.
Okay. All right. It's going to hit. And it does 9 points of damage.
9 points?
9. Yep.
Yep.
It then attacks again, and this time hits armor class 16. Is that going to hit you?
Yes, it is.
That does another 9. Oh no, sorry, that does 12 damage.
Oh, excellent.
And it strikes again, this time with claws, oddly enough.
Okay.
And misses.
Yay! 11.
Yeah. Now the thing is, once it damages you, some blood drips from you on the ground or something, and it can, from that point forward, in the round at least, ignore your illusory, shadowy displacement. So those second 2 attacks weren't with disadvantage. And
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Stalking out of the at the edge of the light comes another one, but it stays away from you and it breathes, and you need to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, excellent.
Versus acid.
Yep. Now I get I've got evasion.
Yeah, so if you pass, you take no damage.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I get 18.
So you quickly dodge out of the way, and all of it sails past you, burning a tree or something that you've just deftly dodged aside, and you take no damage from it. But of course the bark and the trees hissing away as it does its aberrant expulsion. That, Aluko, is you're up. What do you want to do?
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And then Olsova.
Okay. Yeah, he's having been covered in some horrid acidic nastiness and seeing Strix melt and collapse under it. Aluko will rage.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a deep, low, guttural kind of growl that comes up, and you see him almost like he's kind of sucking the earth up his legs into his body, and he just kind of flings his war pick towards, well, not throwing it, but swinging it at this creature.
Okay.
Recklessly.
Okay, with advantage.
Yeah, how do I make it advantage in...
I think if you hold.
Beyond D&D Beyond.
I think if you hold Alt when you click the 2-hit roll, or might be Shift or Control, one of those three. With then clicking the 2-hit roll does it. There you go.
Yeah, fortunately it's not Alt because that's my to speak.
Oh, okay.
Thing. There we go.
What was it, by the way? Just for
Shift. Yeah.
Shift. Okay, so Shift and click rolls with advantage or disadvantage for that matter. So 23 hits, and you do 8 piercing damage with. Oof, okay. It survives it. Second attack, I guess.
Yeah, though I was just wondering about putting something additional into that. Just trying to find it as. Where are we? Okay. No, yeah, we'll just attack it a second time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second war pick hits as well. Big hit. 12 damage, and you finally brain it with the pick. The lights go out in its eyes. Tongue lolls to one side, and acidic ichor streams out of its mouth from its gut.
So avoiding the ichor, Aluko just kind of steps into it as its body kind of starts to collapse and like shoulders it to one side as it falls, so that he has a clear line to run up.
Okay.
To assist.
All right.
Lewin. Yeah, I think he can get kind of up here.
You can get parallel to Lewin with 30 foot of move, no problem.
Yeah, I don't want to be right next to him, so we both get breathed on right together. But I don't want these things to be able to get past us. So, yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. And Orsova. And then after that, Sebastian.
All right. So, pretty much after recoiling and picking himself up after just getting, like, you know, gack splashed with just the worst kind of stuff, I will see my shirtless friend up above, about to get swarmed by these two things. And I'll go, oh, no. I'm going to move up 10 feet. And then I'm going to thrust my staff forward to little Ichor Boy here.
Okay.
And then from the bottom up to the top of the shaft, the kind of little inscriptions I have kind of like flare up in a bluish white light, and I'm going to try to cast Dominate Beast on that one.
Oof. Okay.
And as we haven't hit him yet, it's my interpretation. It's only a straight save.
Dominate Beast, Beguile one, Wisdom saving throw or Charmed.
I cast Wall of Text.
Take psychic damage.
Okay. Oh, what's its roll? What does it need? Oh, DC. Okay. All right. You make a connection, and you feel some sort of aberrant consciousness fill your mind just for a moment, and then cuts off.
Oh, these things are smart, guys.
Do you want to do? You got a bonus action or any movement?
There are no negatives on the wisdom, huh?
Is the horse alive?
No.
No, it's dead.
Horse is very much not alive.
Oh, fair enough.
We got a horse suit, boys.
Any movement?
I'm just gonna finish some movement and
Okay.
then I'll do that.
Okay. While you're doing that, Sebastian, You're on the other side of the horse, and the horse on the ground. You can see over it now. There's a tentacle and a huge water elemental, and a fight about 40, 50 feet away.
How dead is the horse? Would spare the dying do anything?
Spare the dying? No, it's not on. It's dead. You would need need a revivify of some sort.
All right. Then in that case, I will target the one that has been damaged already and cast Toll the Dead.
Ooh, okay. It does a saving throw.
Yes.
What does it need?
It needs. Oh, that's. DC 16 saving throw. Wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
It rolled a 16, unfortunately.
Oh.
My rolls have been bursting today. Well, so far in this combat at least.
Would have been D12 rats.
Yeah, it was injured. Do you want to do any movement or a bonus action, Sebastian? And then-
For a bonus action, Sebastian will summon a spectral sickle by casting Spiritual Weapon
Great.
and target the one that's injured.
Okay. And what's the range on the spiritual weapon?
60 feet.
Okay, I'll just grab you a flying sickle. There we go.
Okay.
Get it, put it behind it.
All right, you can see it floating along, and you get a roll to attack. The wounded one?
Yes. Roll here, 25.
Okay, that hits. Damage?
And 8 force damage.
Nice. Whoop. Okay. That one's quite badly injured now. Well, below half. Badly damaged. Anything else? So that was your bonus action. So no movement?
No, I'm staying behind the dead horse.
Okay. Umbral. You're still in the wagon, but it's sort of tilted a bit because the horse took the front down with it.
Yeah, so she's gonna kind of like move over to the higher edge of it,
Okay.
and she is going to cast Psychic Blades
Nice.
at the one near Lewin.
Right. And what's the range of that? It's a dagger, isn't
60
it?
feet.
Okay.
Yes.
And are you effectively throwing a dagger? Is it? Is there a long or a short range? Or is it always a straight roll? Is it just like a 60-foot range thing? This is a soul knife thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then you definitely hit. How much damage? It's fighting, so you can do sneak attack if you choose.
Do it. No, don't do it.
I guess I'll do sneak attack as well. Sorry.
Yep, no worries.
Why not?
Holy moly. 7 psychic damage and another 21 psychic damage. No, the sneak attack's in there already.
Oh, my bad.
So 28 damage. Is that? Oh, that's how I'm reading. If that's right.
Yes.
Okay. This wolf sort of quivers for a moment and sort of looks at you. Goes cross-eyed and dies. Lewin, strangely enough, this thing just died. No wounds. This is all psychic damage, and it drops.
Look around. What happened?
And you can see Umbral there blowing the smoke out of a finger or whatever it is. Tucking it away in an imaginary holster. Umbral, anything else? You get a bonus action too, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna do my bonus action. Same thing.
Oh, okay. Like a second attack. Yep. All right.
Yes. What's the next?
Armor class.
Oh, darn.
Oh, that's what the 16 is it? No, that's your sneak attack. Oh, I see. Okay, you
Yeah,
missed.
that's my bad.
Your second one is a bit off. You're too happy about the first one, and and it sort of sails off into the distance, this psychic sort of glowing thing. Any movement you want to do?
No, that's it for me. I'm going to stay put.
Okay, Lewin, back to you.
Okay.
That's one round.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
I am going to... Actually, I'll do it with the... Come around... behind...
Okay.
And engage... from behind.
Okay.
Obviously, it would have turned, but so I won't get advantage.
No, I can still see you, but everyone else has a clear line of sight to it too.
Yeah. Just I might give somebody else advantage because I am on the other side.
Yep. Roll to hit.
Yep.
21's a hit.
21. Okay, and then damage.
All right. So your first attack does 6 damage, and you pierce it into the thing. It's quite badly injured.
Yes, I'm gonna pierce it, and then I'm going to do an arm strike. Ooh, 13.
13 is a miss, unfortunately.
I come through with my fist
Because you can.
and then I'm going to.
Did that hit? I'm not seeing it.
I'm going to do flurry of blows.
Okay. Spend a key point, so you channel your inner powers, and suddenly you get 2 unarmed strikes.
So how do I? Oh yeah.
Oh, just roll.
Minus 1.
Yeah, just roll your unarmed strike.
Okay. My flurry bonus. There it is. Flurry of blows. 2.
Okay, so 26 hits. Damage. There's 7. And you get another one because it's a flurry.
Yep.
Oh, you rolled damage twice. You need a second 2-hit roll still.
Oh, yep. Sorry. My apologies. There you go.
Oh, the 10 misses, unfortunately.
Ah.
That moves us on to Tacitus.
Now, can I see this wolf? Because I can see it, but it's sort of like in the shadow.
Oh, it's at it's at the edge of the limit of light, but you can see it.
Oh, splendid. In which case, I will double tap it with Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
Don't miss.
Yeah, 2 Eldritch Blasts come sailing in. Now, we're not doing flanking, just so everyone knows, and but it's a straight roll. Lewin is not in the way, so it's not providing it with any sort of cover.
Cool.
I can't even see you, Tacitus. Where are you? Oh, there you are, behind
the car.
Behind the yeah, way back. All right, 28 hits.
Okay, now roll damage. Oh, slowest die ever.
No. That's roll 20.
First one is 11 force damage.
Okay. Big hit. Poof, force damage.
14.
Oh, okay. All right, and the second one?
I'm just going to roll it here. Hang on.
Yep.
9.
Okay, it survives it, but it's clinging to life. Do you want to do any
bonus action, move the tentacle 25 feet and attack you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it moves up, slithering along the ground, or maybe it sort of sucks back into the ground and then pops up 25 feet away and flails, but the wolf dodges it desperately.
And then after me, my water elemental will go up there. It has 40 feet of movement, so it will get just up there and double tap it as well.
Okay. All right, and the water elemental finishes it off. Boom, boom.
Huzzah!
And with that, everyone breathing, heart pounding, pulse up, looks around at each other as these wolves. Whoop.
Aluko will step up and offer an outstretched arm to Lewin.
Oh yes, I'll definitely take that.
Sebastian will stand over the horse and
Back to
start
the
saying
column.
last rites.
That was courageous, Lewin.
You can hear ravens above.
They may feast this night.
Umbral and Sebastian,
Yes.
looking up, you can spot there's a pack of these sort of grotesque mutated birds watching the battle. But as soon as you sort of look up, they take flight as a flock and fly off through the woods.
Are these like vultures?
No, they did not look. They look sort of maybe vulture-like, or maybe crow-like, or maybe some sort of mutated cross between the two.
Oh, Lewin, are you alright, man?
A bit sore now.
Man, you just ran right in there.
Yeah,
Man.
yep. I ran right in there. I wanted to protect the horse, but it didn't quite happen.
Oh man.
I thought if I could get them distracted, they could come and hit me, and you guys could come and obliterate them. But it's okay. We're all still alive, bar the horse. I'm sorry about your horse.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yes, Strix's time came for him today.
Yes.
That is how it is.
Umbral
And
jumps off the
Aluko
walk.
just stays there in sort of prayer with the horse. Sorry, carry on, Umbral.
It's okay. I was going to say Umbral jumps off the wagon, and I believe this is probably all because of the meteor. Perhaps we should run over there quicker, despite lack of horse.
Well, if it does this to the wildlife, what does it do to its cultists?
That's what I'm interested to know. Clearly, we must have been influenced.
Yes.
Why are you interested in knowing this? What is happening here, Miss?
Umbral?
Have we shared our names with each other, actually?
Yeah, I assume you've all done.
Yeah.
You've been walking more than an hour, so you've had plenty of opportunity to swap names and backgrounds to the extent you would want to share them.
I see I'm not the only one who's been having bad sleep lately.
Yes. I would say my companions and I have all been rather drawn to the area. It's sort of rippled out, and we can sense the distress.
It is certainly distressed, but do you know what it is?
Absolutely not. That's why we're here, to find out more.
Well, I can tell you that it is something. I struggle with the word. This doesn't happen often. Magnificent? No, that's too aggrandizing. Vast. It's like a wounded god, if you would, thrashing about in this forest. I'm not quite sure what we can do about it, actually, but that's why I'm here. I hadn't realized that it would draw quite so many sensitives.
I see.
reminds me of other character. She reminds me of like a Pillars of Eternity character.
Who, Umbral or the...
Yeah, Umbro,
This story.
female scion. Yeah.
Right. The water elemental. You've still having to maintain concentration through all this Tacitus.
Yes.
Okay.
Drippy here will only last the hour.
Yep.
But are people injured? Do we want to do something like that, or?
So Aluko responds to Sebastian, and the slight. I was remiss in not describing something, so a very slight sort of retcon DM. Aluko is not injured. He has the shield master feat, so when he succeeds on a dex save, he takes no damage. So he managed to like crouch down behind his shield and
no problem.
No damage at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he's fine.
Okay. So similar to the monk, you take none because of the save.
Yeah, it's called shield evasion.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like evasion when he may succeed. And then once he's unharnessed the horse and finished his sort of prayer with the horse, he asks for some help to turn the cart over. The back of the cart, those of you who rode in the back know, it's got some of his tools, his masonry and carpentry tools. And what he does is he just takes a few bits, a few lighter, smaller tools and sort of shoves them in his belt and his backpack. And then there's some kind of loose planks of wood and stuff like that. You might guess that he might make a coffin or something from them. And he puts the sort of toolboxes, tool bags on the ground and piles the spare wood over the top of them, and then asks for your help to turn the cart over on top of that, in the hope that maybe some of it might be there upon our return.
Sebastian will help, but physically he's virtually useless. So a lot of instructing and directing.
It is okay, Sebastian. I have the strength to turn the cart over, but not. I need to help more with the balance of the thing.
Yep, I'll come and help.
I'll help too, but in a way of like just super inexperienced, like I'm lifting with my back and not my knees.
Okay.
Okay, well, Aluko gets underneath it and, just he's got all the strength he needs to shove this thing over, and you're all just like helping it to sort of steady and not kind of, break an axle or something as it turns over.
My water elemental has 18 strength, it can help.
Okay, so you managed to inter the horse underneath the wagon. Conceal.
No. Sorry, just the tools.
Oh, right.
The horse is here. The horse commits its body to the earth.
Okay.
Creatures. I wonder if maybe the creatures of this wood might not wish to feast on this kind of beast at this time. But maybe we can do something about that. It would be good if Strix's body were to feed the soil.
Okay, so with those last few rites and the concealing of your stuff, if I assume the same sort of order, it was something like...
Could I go in the front?
Yeah.
Lewin, that is, yeah.
Lewin scouting ahead.
Yeah, and I'll probably enter stealth as well.
Okay.
If it's possible.
Yeah, sure. You can, if you want to move a little slower, sort of like moving it. You can try and move stealthily.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yep. Okay. And just checking on light sources as well. So while many of you have dark vision, was it Aluko that you had a lantern on the wagon?
I had a lantern that was on the wagon. If anyone wants that, if Wojova wants to have that lantern.
Yeah, we collect the lantern of revealing.
I think the lantern of revealing reveals invisible things, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So you've got that. It's just how it's pretty dim. It's pretty deep dark woods you're in. Are you happy to walk around in the dim light, or do you want to take this lantern off the wagon and carry it in one hand?
I'll carry it in one hand.
Okay. So there you go. I've put a lantern centered on you as if you're carrying it, and that lights up a circle around you all.
Great. And I just want to sort of say, just narratively, for those of you that have seen, warriors, fighters in action, I would say that although you saw Aluko kind of enter this rage, you really saw that he was very much like when he moved forwards to go up to where Lewin was, he was looking round to check where you are. He almost scanned the edges of the light into the woods. He was very, very careful. There was definitely the practiced art of a trained fighter there in how he operated as well. It was really clear that what he was trying to do was protect and keep a place where he was protecting you all. So you might feel safe that that's the kind of thing he'd be likely to do it again.
People jump to conclusions about barbarians. That's not you.
Well, he's half barb, half battle master. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The you head off into the woods with Lewin taking the lead, stealthily making your way further north. Lewin, as stealthy as you can go, you see a few of these stagnant pools of milky ichor.
Okay. Investigate them. No.
Are you investigating or giving them a wide berth, or?
I'm going to give them a wide berth,
Okay.
definitely.
Not putting your gumboots on and playing splashy?
Splashy, definitely not.
No, okay.
No. And I'll point them out just in case.
Okay. And the rest of you see them and warily curve around as Lewin points them out. And Sebastian, you've got the survival proficiency, so pretty easily navigate your way around. Yeah. Okay, you head on further north, another hour or so, and there's a few insects and things around. You're going quite slowly, but not just creeping or anything. But I'm trying to keep as quiet as you can. There's an area of where there's quite a few ants around. You know how sometimes you have to, if you go through where there's quite a few ant colonies, and you actually need to watch where you're stepping, make sure you don't keep your foot down too long, or some will start crawling up your leg.
Okay.
And you can see a small copse of. You can smell it first. It smells a little bit sweet. And you can see these white flowers growing in a large patch.
I point out to the group that because of the white milky substance, to be wary of these.
Okay. Can you
just in
and
case.
Can you and Aluko, being the front two there, do a survival check for me?
It seems odd that these beautiful flowers would be growing in this wood at this time.
Seems very odd, yes. Oh, geez, go Aluko.
Okay, Aluko.
I believe the young ones say sus these days.
Yeah. Sus. You're suspicious of flowers in the woods. I just want to point that out to everyone. Okay. Yeah. Aluko, you see these lines of ants spreading around. They're bringing in cockroaches and beetles and whatever else that, as you see ants normally do. And there's the same sort of little scavenging ants that you see that sort of spread out. And you actually, as you sort of approach to maybe give a wide berth, but just to have a bit of give a snoop around, you find that you're following these lines of ants, and when they get to about 15 foot away from the copse of white flowers, the ants all sort of stop and turn off at right angles in a different direction. and standing there, sort of moving your feet slowly, from hopping from one foot to the other, just slowly enough that you don't get ants crawling up you. You can see that there's no insects. None of these creatures are approaching the copse of white flowers at all.
Okay, Aluko will immediately hold up one hand. Let's say he's still got his shield on his left hand, but he's got his war pick tucked away, and he puts up his right hand to kind of hold the guys behind him. And he just quickly says, "Wait, Lewin, do not move towards the flowers." And he will relay what you've just said. He'll describe what these ants are doing and suggest that we also follow the wisdom of the ants and take a white berth around these flowers.
Oh, look, even I know a right angle is rare in nature.
Mm.
Good idea. So, do as proposed.
All right, you skirt around.
This is your domain. You have any understanding of this? Does this give us any, maybe without getting too close, I wonder, Orzova, if this gives us any further clues as to what is happening?
Oh man, just look, man. It's in the woods and stuff. You know, the plants and the animals and the insects, they all just live together. You know, this isn't good. This it's like Gary and Tree back there. This ain't good, man.
Also, do you want to do a nature check for me if you're checking this out?
Let's see how those rolls go.
Yeah, what kind of flowers are these? They are
Okay.
honeysuckle?
These flowers are not one that you would have ever seen, and not one that you would think would grow in a dense forest like this.
I mean, you know, flowers kind of like these need a lot of sun and stuff, you know, but it's very thick in here. I don't know.
I wonder if they are feeding off the sickness somehow. Anyway, let us go carefully around them. Please, Lewin, do lead on.
Okay.
Okay, will do.
Lewin, you heading north. Can you do a survival roll for me? It's starting to get quite dense.
Can I assist him with that?
You can, yeah. You can give him advantage.
Great.
Oh, I definitely need an advantage.
Okay. So
welcome.
with that, you manage to find your way through further north, avoiding these pools of milky ichor. You find another ant colony. This time it's like an ant mound, and it looks like there's a bit of a battle going on. You know, sometimes, you know, one nest gets raided by another's, or two different species attack each other. And there is a sort of milky pool nearby. And it looks like the ant colony, there's the attackers, it's not invaders. It looks like the ant colony has turned on itself, and the ants are sort of attacking each other.
That's something you don't see every day. Ants normally are very tactical creatures, insects, mind you, and they would never turn on themselves, I do believe. So there's definitely something in play, especially because this white milky liquid is close by.
Do you know if... Yes, I concur. Do you know, Druid, if it's driving them insane, or if there's some other pattern here? Or is it simply that they can't comprehend whatever force is acting upon them?
Oh man, you know those things, those sick things, those big animals attacked us, and the ants back there didn't want those flowers, and and the trees are getting sick. Ants are harmonious, you know, man. They all work together and they support each other. And this, we need to stop this. This can't go on. Everyone's gonna be like this.
Okay.
It seems again that we must take an even wider berth. I do not wish to pick my way through this.
Yes, I think we might need to be careful lest we start attacking each other.
Guys, I don't think this meter is from a good deity, man. This doesn't feel good. This whole forest felt off.
It seems like it might be wise for us all to engage in some inner tracking, as well as the outer tracking.
To be fair, this thing slammed into the ground from the stars. It is injured. It may simply be flailing. Who can divine its intent, or if it even has a mind as you or I know it?
Well, that's the thing, man. I mean, it's, you know, stars can be portals. They can be shadows of people who have passed on. Even some people think, you know, but they're always there. They're like the deities who watch over us. It's even when the sun's up, they're still there. You just can't see them. You know, they are parts of something bigger than us, and to know that it's here. It could have been good, but this isn't good.
Imputing good or evil just based on how it suits us, or the trees, or the wolves is short-sighted.
Do you suppose maybe it's harboring something that's manipulating the environment in order to be more suitable as a host?
That is an idea. It is not the meteor, but what is inside the meteor? Is that what you're saying, Quiet One?
Perhaps.
Speaking of quiet, just for one sec, I'm just going to jump into the Cone of Silence. 1 minute. Umbral.
Yes.
You with me? Okay. You've got the highest passive perception, and you think you can smell something off, rotten, death, ahead and to one side of where you are now. It's just a bit of a waft, and you even think that you might be able to see some sort of triangular sort of shape off in the woods. Very hard to spot, but just because it's geometric, it's standing out to you. Unless you want to do anything, I can jump us back out of the Cone of Silence.
No, I think I'm just going to relate to my team then.
Okay, all right, no worries.
I was hoping for like a mass cure wounds or something. No healing word of the cleric.
It's called rage.
Okay.
Sebastian. Aluko. I smell a death out here.
Death is everywhere.
Yes, a strange death though, and I can slightly see something in the distance, something of a triangular shape.
Sebastian will use Eyes of the Grave
Okay.
and attempt to detect any undead within 60 feet.
Eyes of the Grave. Okay, your eyes roll back in their head, go milky white. Milky white we all know and love from this adventure. And looking in the direction that Umbral is pointing, you do not detect or see any undead.
Do we see the triangle that she's pointing at?
Sebastian and Lewin can see what she's pointing out.
Okay.
Umbra, thank you. I wonder, when you say that you can smell a death, sounds to me like not just death, a death, a particular death is what you're saying. And I wonder if maybe when you say smell, do you mean something more than just smell? I wonder.
Like, you could say unfamiliar and a sense of some sort, smell being one.
You have some extraordinary senses, I perceive. It is increasingly good to have you with us.
Thank you. Perhaps we journey that way to see what it is.
Something is disrupting life and death, and you clearly need to approach it and deal with it.
Yes. Both maybe the direct and the indirect approach, I wonder. Between us all.
From the looks of it, it seems it's had quite the impact on the environment, so perhaps we all keep our distance as we approach.
If it comes to it, and I think you know this, I am willing to be very visible to whomever we encounter. And I am guessing that our new friend Lewin may also be willing to be visible. I wonder if maybe we just take this approach with us in our minds for when the moment comes, that maybe some of us wish to make ourselves known while others remain unseen.
It may be in our favor.
I am reasonably stealthy.
Okay, so you stealth over there, very wary and not getting too close. Lewin, eventually from up the front there, you can tell that this slight triangular geometric shape that doesn't look like it's natural is actually a tent. And you can see there are human bodies strewn around it.
Does it look like a sacrifice?
This is not ordinary.
Looking for signs in the floor, tracks.
Yep. You can
just seeing what he kind of perceive.
Sure. Do tracking is a survival roll. So if you're doing tracking, but if you're just having a look around and seeing what you can see, either investigation,
I'm
looking
guessing,
for clues, or perception.
Yeah, I'm guessing that between us all, that everybody, I get the sense everybody's about to kind of investigate the scene in their own particular way.
Yeah.
Aluko will he's looking for tracks because he's looking. First of all, his immediate gaze is on how fresh are the deaths. And his next one is tracks, because what's in his mind is how close is the thing that did this.
Okay.
Right. Rather than trying to figure it all out, he's got our backs.
Okay. So collectively, you all sort of throw your weight behind trying to figure out what this is and put together a scene. And it looks like they are mangled corpses of villagers.
Mangled how? Mangled by claws, by
Yeah.
jaws, by weapons.
Looks like not weapons, so looks like natural, either teeth or claws or whatnot. One of the arms has been sheared off, so that looks a little bit odd for a wolf or whatnot. But you do see tracks of very large paws, like maybe almost a foot across, with long claws on them, a couple of inch long.
That's very big.
Yep. Orzova, you would tell pretty much straight away that looks like a bear track to you.
That is a big bear.
The bodies look like they are decomposing and have been there for at least a week.
So nobody you guys would have known from the town.
I think everybody else from the town has been there a few days, so if they travelled here, they would have left the town well before then, your arrival.
Since there's so many, does it look like they were willing or that they were fighting it off?
No, it looks like they were trying to, I don't know about fighting it off, but some of them have got stout sticks in their hand.
We've got to be wary of this ginormous bear. I mean, if its paws are a foot, that's pretty big. We're going to have to proceed with caution.
As sad as this may seem, it could simply be a bear feasting, which is entirely natural, I believe.
This is true, however, from the characteristics of the wolves that we've just encountered, we've got to assume that it is probably not an ordinary bear. And take that into account as we proceed.
It's a good point. We shall proceed with caution.
Okay.
The caution that I would like to take first is with the spirits of these three unfortunate people. I wonder, Sebastian, I would like to collect these people on our way back. We should take them back to the village now. But for now, I wonder if we could, together, let us just place them in a more dignified, respectful position to honor their lives. And as Aluko kind of does this, and if others help him, just to kind of move the bodies together and take the tent down and lay the tent material over them. But before he does that, he takes out he's got a pouch and he opens it up and you can see it's got nothing but silver coins in it, and he takes one out for each of them and places it on their forehead.
As Aluko does this, Umbral tries to intervene, and she says, Aluko, you may contract something. We don't know what it is exactly that this bear may have had or did, or you may want to be careful.
It's a good point. So I just check in with you, DM. We did a whole load of investigation, but without so many rolls. I was making an assumption that we hadn't found any such. We inspected wounds and stuff like that, and no information came about.
No viscera.
And no sort of obvious. The only, the obvious stuff is like natural decomposition.
Yes.
There doesn't seem to be any. Yeah. So Aluko says, thank you, Umbral, yes. On this occasion, I will take this risk.
She nods.
All right, so you say your rights. Offer the silver piece on the eyes, and lay them to rest with a few choice words, as you said. and then make way further north.
Yep. I'd like to be in the lead again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Trudging through the woods,
Also
there's.
like to- Yep.
Can you see?
Sorry.
Tell me when, if you can't see these sort of dark woods.
Yep, got it.
Got it okay?
Yep.
Sometimes it can take a while for Roll20 to crank itself.
Not all good. Like to keep like active perception if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So you're making your way north, following tracks that might have been made by deer or other animals in the past. It's a way to find your way through. There's so many fallen logs and stuff that generally it's heavy going. Like you can difficult ground all the time. But you hear something off to one side, and you hear some crashing in the through the trees. And I'll ping, if you can see my red ping off to the side here.
Oh, yeah.
Something big.
No,
We see.
And you,
yeah, can you do that again?
I'm going to do a
Just
shift.
to our left.
Yeah. So Aluko, as soon as he hears it, is going to take a defensive stance, kind of defensive stance for the pass.
So what I'll do, just to go in order, is before you move or whatnot, we'll do it in initiative order, because you can hear that something big and snarling is crashing through the trees towards you. I've got the turn order open, so you can just select your token and add yourself.
Oh, go Sebastian.
Okay, that's not where we want the tank to go.
No, but these things happen. And I point out to Umbral, maybe you could enter stealth and it hasn't seen you yet, and take advantage.
Oh, everyone can do their thing. Descending order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're waiting on one person.
Oh, probably me. Hang on. Let me pick myself.
I say that's not where you want the tank to go in the order, but of course nothing's requiring everybody to charge out in front of the tank.
No. You can always...
No. I'm slow as well.
Okay. Great. So you're in there now. Sebastian, what do you want to do?
Sebastian will cautiously move forward enough to shed some more light.
Okay.
And stop there.
Okay. You can hear it.
Bear with a chainsaw, isn't it?
This is
As far as I can tell, it's a bear.
Very careful, my friend Sebastian.
This is an actual sound recording from real life creatures, but I'm just repurposing them. Okay, so you move. No spells being cast or anything, Sebastian?
Not yet, not till I know more.
Okay. Lewin.
Yeah, so I'm going to go into stealth,
Okay.
which I rolled there, so 24.
Okay.
and hopefully I can not get detected by the creature and wait for it. Yeah.
Okay.
And prepare an action.
Okay. Now, can you see anything from where you are now? You can hear. You can hear something. Right there.
Damn it! Yes, I can. I can see something very big.
Okay.
Looking. Okay. Rats. Okay. Hopefully it can't see me. I'll crouch down. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh wow. I see. Okay, that's what I see.
Now you're in stealth, so you can't really yell this out, but that's what you see.
No, that's right. Correct. I'm not going to say anything.
Olshover. What do you want to do?
I am a blind little baddie, so I'm just going to kind of move over here, and then I can see something. I'm going to release a spell at it.
Okay.
If it looks like it's going to harm.
Okay. You'll need to ready action if you want to do that. So you use your reaction and ready something. If you ready a cantrip, it doesn't really matter. But if you ready a spell, you've actually already cast it and you're ready to just release it. So if something doesn't happen and to trigger that, the spell's gone from your memory at the end of that round.
Yeah, too easy.
So what spell are you going to pre-cast?
I can't see balls, so I'm going to have Fairy Fire at the ready.
Okay. All right. With an intention to fairy fire something that comes into your vision if it looks like an enemy of some sort, I presume.
Very true.
Just to give it, I just need some sort of trigger, a bit more clear trigger. Okay, cool. So you've cast fairy fire. You're about to just unload it from your staff, and umbral down the back.
Oh man. Oh man, I think she's gonna move.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Well, you can move 30 feet and still do the uncanny, what's it called? Rogue action to do stealth as well as move.
Yeah,
and still have an action. Yep.
No, I think I'm gonna just leave it there.
Okay.
Go that far, 30 feet, I think it is.
Okay. And are you doing a hide, a stealth?
Yes.
Okay, so roll your stealth. Okay. And you still have an action up your sleeve. Do you want to do ready action and ready something? Just means it uses your reaction outside your turn.
Yeah, I'll do that. Psychic.
You don't have to. I'm just thinking you could go something along the lines of, if I see an enemy, I'll throw a soul knife stealth attack, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, my psychic blade.
Psychic blade. That's
I think
right.
I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah, just an easy ready action if you don't have anything else to spend your action on. Okay. So you've got a psychic dagger in hand, ready to throw at any second. You're hiding and waiting for something, and at that point, this enormous, emaciated bird, bear, featherless aberration comes charging through the bush. And at that point, that would trigger Orsova, I guess, your fairy fire.
Yeah, it looks. It doesn't look good.
So you can unleash that, and does it get a save?
Yes.
Fails a dexterity saving throw. Okay. Which it fails dismally.
8.
And so I'm going to put a a bunch of arrows on its back to show that it's now targeted. Verified. Advantage to hit, effectively.
And we all get advantage. Yes.
Yeah.
You all have it, unless I drop.
And then it continues in right up to Sebastian. And it attacks you, Sebastian, with a beak. Let's see. Bear with me for a sec, sorry. Hitting armor class 15.
No.
No, it misses. And then it tries with its claws. Hits armor class 20. Doing 10
Yes.
doing 10 slashing damage.
Oof. All right. Sebastian reels in pain.
Well, what I missed there is Umbral, you've got a chance to throw a psychic dagger here. You had a readied action as well, I believe.
Yes.
Do you want to throw?
Yes, and I can do sneak attack as well.
Yes, yeah, yep, definitely. Class 23 hits.
Yeah, you got an advantage in case you get a critical.
Oh yeah, might roll a 20.
No, good point. No, roll again.
No, she has.
She has. Okay, so we've...
Oh no, the first one was damage. The 23 was damage.
Oh yeah. So you still get one
So there's
more...
only one attack roll.
You can roll one more attack roll, Umbral. And we'll just take that attack roll. You've got damage already. Nope, that's the damage.
My bad.
Okay. All right, so you do 21. It pauses for a moment and then still crashes in and does those 2 attacks. Lewin, another one comes for you doing the same thing. What's your armor class?
Yep.
What's your armor class?
15. So
It misses.
before it actually attacks, because I had a prepared action, do I get to attack it first?
What was your readied action?
Just to stab it with my sword.
Yep, okay, you can do a short sword attack. Armor class 13 hits.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It's squishy. How much damage? 8.
8.
Okay, you get it. It missed you with a 12 and then tries with its claws. Oh, a natural 20.
Oh, yay. Has to be
Okay.
one coming somewhere.
Doing 24 damage.
24.
Yep. And Umbral. Another one crashes in from the other side.
Snap.
Yes. Attacking with its beak, hitting armor class 23. Attacking with its claws, missing. Oh no, you're stealth, aren't you? Oh no, you've attacked since. It does 10 damage.
Ouch.
And Aluko, your turn.
Quick question for
Yes.
Kat. When Umbral does these things, this is like the second combat. Is there anything that Aluko would see that you do? Creatures seem to get injured.
Okay, it's still...
or like concerned looks on their faces.
Yeah.
But I just wondered if outwardly, does Aluko see you do anything?
It still requires a dexterity-based attack roll, so there's some sort of agility required. It looks like Umbral is actually throwing something, but rather than it be a physical dagger, it's some sort of thing that hits it in the head. maybe a dark, shadowy substance or light or umbral. You can add the flavour as however you like. But there's
I mean, that's basically how I see it. It's something sort of like shadowed and dark daggers.
yeah. I wouldn't say it's glowing
Like
because
a little sort of disruption in the air.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So okay, let's unveil some of Aluko's stuff and see if this helps. So, grunting, pulling out his war pick and like stepping in low next to his friend Sebastian, he's going to kind of uppercut with his war pick.
Okay. Advantage to hit. $28. It hits. What's next?
Okay, so 9 damage with that, triggering a bonus action. He leans in with his shield and puts all his weight behind his shield to use the Shield Master bonus action, shove.
Okay.
So it's a contested athletics shove.
Okay. It gets 23.
Is that at advantage with the fairy fire or not?
No, this is to hit roll, so no. This is just a straight muscle check. You're not actually rolling to hit.
Yeah. Okay. So.
It's a tug of war. Oh, what did you get? Oh, you got a 12? Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah,
okay.
12 with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you bash into it and
12, yes.
stamp your feet into the ground and heave at it, but it's just got too much mass and doesn't shift.
Okay. Damn it. Then he will swing again, like staying in close and hammering it with his war pick.
All right. Oh, natural 20. All right.
Finally.
How much damage is that?
That crit sticks. Only an extra 2. Now, I realise that. Oh no, that's okay. That's not on, is it? Yeah. Okay. So 14 on that one.
Okay. Oh, no
9
raging.
on the first and 14 on the other.
No,
he's not raging here. Yeah.
Yeah. There, okay. You brain it. It's got a cracked skull and very badly injured, but somehow it's still coming on. Is that you
and
done?
So with that, no. So he's adding his Battle Master pushing attack.
Oh, okay.
Into that. So
it does a saving
it's an
throw.
Extra. Yeah, it's a superior. So it's an extra D8 damage, and then a Strength saving throw against a DC 16.
Okay, it fails that.
So an extra 5 damage, and if it's still up,
It is.
it gets pushed 15 feet away.
Wow. Boosh.
So basically, he just snarls, and having hit it with the war pick, he just puts all his weight behind the war pick and like shoves it away with the war pick.
Awesome.
And then this surprisingly tall, surprisingly nimble dwarf then moves back over here
Okay.
and into here.
Right.
The hope was to be able to shove the first one away with the shield and then shove this one away, but never mind.
right.
You get as far as that and end turn there.
In that case, we're back to we're right down the end there. Tacitus, you've been patiently waiting, but out of the mix, out of the danger zone right now.
There's only one enemy, right? So
There's more of the beasts around the place.
Oh, okay. As an action, then I will summon a water elemental next to Uncle.
Okay.
And then bonus action, summon a tentacle next to Aluko.
Okay, water elemental. Is that
Actually, I should just yeah. I'm just gonna roll 3d20s in here. So that's a 24, a 17, and a nat 20.
oh, is that 3? Oh, this is for the
Yeah, so
tentacle.
the two elemental attacks are a 24 and a 17 to hit.
Okay. Oh, is this for your Eldritch Blast?
You can summon a water elemental and Eldritch Blast in the same turn.
No, I'm saying my action is summon the water elemental. My bonus action is make the tentacle next to Aluko.
Yeah.
Then basically I'm rolling for the elemental and the tentacle now, since
Yeah, yeah, right.
was a
Wow.
Yep, okay.
So the tentacle will get a nat 20, so it rolls double dice, so
Yes.
it's 4d8. 17 frost damage.
Oof, okay. Takes the full amount.
Does a 17 hit the owlbear?
It does.
Okay, then that is 10 plus 8 plus 28 bludgeoning damage from the water elemental.
All right. It's been pounded and frozen. This is not the sort of the cuddly owlbears that you've heard about in fairy tales. Sebastian.
Sebastian will, as a bonus action, hex the owlbear closest to him. And for the ability for disadvantage, he'll choose Wisdom. And he will cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. Toll the Dead on... They're all fit. They're all of them are exactly 15 feet away from you. So which one?
The one that hit Sebastian off to the left.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he's now hexed and then tolled. Now, what's Toll going to do for him?
He makes a Wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, and if he
fails,
he takes... Okay. And
Hex doesn't give disadvantage on saves, only on ability checks.
Okay. Good call. Thank you. And he does not have disadvantage.
No, I just rolled once in any case. That's fine.
Okay. Then it is 2d12. 23.
Oh. Okay, this owlbear's time is done. And it dies. Dies a death.
And that's it. All right.
Hand me on that one.
Lewin.
Okay, yeah. I grunt in frustration and yell in Dwarvish to Aluko. This is great battle. That is great battle and strength to push such a mighty beast. And give a big roar of appreciation. And then I am going to attack the owlbear with my sword.
Okay.
Let's
15
see if
hit.
that hits.
15 hits.
Okay. Oh, yes, 5 damage.
Okay, you've thrust your sword into it. It's taken, and it cries out in pain.
Yep, and then I'm going to do my unarmed strike.
Okay. That misses, unfortunately.
Oh, 12. Okay, and now, since dexterity saving throw, so I am going to, because I get an extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
So with this one, so I'll get an extra attack, but
Yep.
I'm going to use, well, I want to try and knock it prone.
Okay. That's one. You use one of your key points, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty flurry of blows. I want to try and see if I can. Oh, but actually, no, I won't do that. I'm actually going to use a key point and disengage.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. In that case, you can move wherever you want.
-1, confirm. All right, just move out of the way. Da, 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 da.
In which case, we're on to Orsova.
I'm gonna go hide all the way over there.
Okay.
Oh, all right. You beating feet up there has made me have to change my plan. All right. Well, so to be clear, is the one that was over here dead now?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So I don't have to concentrate on that. 5, 10, 15. Just because I'm a human, I can't see that far in the dark nighttime. So I see that one. I am going to. So this little fun little guy, I'm going to try to cast Guiding Bolt at it.
All right. Roll to hit.
Okay, that's level 2.
The 12 misses, unfortunately.
That's why I don't play spellcasters.
That's done. Well, so this is a 2-hit roll. What you got? Plus 10, didn't you?
Yes, so I rolled a whole 2.
Yeah.
Bam.
Umbral?
No, yeah, that's it.
Okay. You got a target-rich environment, Umbral.
So I think I'm actually going to expend an energy die and do psychic teleportation.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right. Well.
What's that going to do?
I'll move out of this. So that'll move me 10 feet this way.
Oh,
Hop
okay.
over there. And I'm going to use Psychic Blades on the one that... that was the wrong one, but oh well. Yeah, the one that Orlov missed.
This one up the top here. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, and that wasn't supposed to be the bonus action, but they're the same thing.
So if you want to sacrifice your movement, you can, I don't know if you're aware from Tasha's, you can sacrifice your movement to get advantage on your to-hit roll. Means you can stealth attack that guy.
Do it.
Yeah, because you're not getting sneak attack on this one at the moment unless you have advantage. But you would have sneak attack on the other one.
But you can get advantage by just not moving.
Okay.
So you steady yourself, you plant your feet so you're not going anywhere, which means you get advantage on your attack. So if you want to throw up at this top guy, you can with advantage. Or of course you can. Okay, so what have we got? 24 hits? Yeah, so definitely hits, and your sneak attack applies. How much damage? Okay.
Nice.
Nice one. So 8 plus 21, is that 29 damage?
Yes.
Okay. Boom. All right. It's very badly injured, but doesn't drop. I'll see if I can fix that up for you so that you can see a health bar. You should see it now. Anything else, Umbral? I think you've done... Was the bonus action your teleport?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
All
Yep,
right.
that's it for me.
Okay, so this owlbear, let's see, it rears up and lashes out at the water elemental, doing some damage. The other one comes rushing into the here, and let's see, even it goes for Umbral, odd it goes for you, Sebastian. Tries to bite you with a beak, hitting class 26 and doing 16 piercing damage.
All right. Bastion feels the pain.
Feels the pain and hits with a 21, doing...
You're going to be having words after this, Sebastian.
Hits you with a 21 with its claws, doing another 19 damage. When you mark up...
Okay, it says 35 total.
Yeah. Can you mark it on your character, like on your token in your green box?
Oh, yes.
So it's the green dot that I want everyone to adjust your hit points in, so that we see the green bar go down. Means everyone else can also see if you need healing or whatnot. And that's it done though. Aluko.
So Aluko hears his friend screaming behind him in pain.
Yep.
And he swings his war pick at this here owlbear that's on him.
Okay. Oh, natural one.
Ah, boo.
Boo. Okay, yeah, boo is right. So you miss it.
Yeah, we'll just have to... Oh, man. Yeah, he's worried about his friend.
6 seconds though.
He's going to take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Move away.
Okay. Do your move. Natural 20.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, doing 22 damage with the bite. Ugh.
So he takes the bite to his bum as he runs away. And he's definitely having words with Sebastian after this. And he comes barreling in between Umbral and Sebastian to like hammer into this,
Okay,
this one here.
second attack. Drive that pike home. Roll to hit. 28. Hit.
Okay, so that's 7 damage. And immediately into the bonus action shove with the shield.
Okay. And that's another opposed athletics.
Yeah.
It rolls 25, natural 20. Do you guys see my rolls? Do you guys see my
No.
rolls, by the way?
No.
We used to, but not this time. I don't know why.
Oh, how do we... Different campaign has different settings, maybe. How do I switch those on? I forget now.
It could be like whisper to channel. Oh no, there we go.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
nice.
Okay. You answer it with another with a natural 20 of your own, and boom,
Yeah.
slam it 15 feet away.
Drive it backwards and then come through the gap. Take a defensive stance there.
Okay. For some
That's it, end
reason,
of turn.
you're not snapping to grid. I don't know why. Let's have a look.
Yeah, my ruler is going on, the sort of decimal points of as well.
Yeah. If you go snap to center or snap to corner when you're doing the ruler. Anyway,
It's on snap center, but it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Something odd. I won't worry about it. We'll try and keep things rolling. Tacitus, your turn. What do you want to do?
26 to hit on both Eldritch Blasts to this injured owlbear here.
26 damage or 26?
26
Oh.
to hit both times.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yep. Okay, you hit both times.
And then they both land. My blue Eldritch Blast land for 28 force damage altogether, and also shoving the creature. Oh, good. Oh, it's dead. Never mind.
Okay. Between the elemental and the tentacle, it dies. Okay.
So the elemental and the tentacle take their turn to attack it, do they?
Yep.
Okay, fine.
And if you want to do any movement, you can.
I'm okay here, actually.
Okay. I'm happy here. Oh. Okay, Sebastian.
I'll move up 15 feet, why not?
Okay.
Bonus action, I will move the hex to the owlbear in front.
Okay.
And then I will cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
So wisdom saving throw against 16.
It gets a 16 plus 1.
All right. And then nothing.
Movement if you want to move, and otherwise while you're doing that, Lewin, come launching in, do your thing. Rushing up. That's only one square. 2, 3, 4, 5. You've still got another 5 squares if you want to use them.
Oh, could I have moved my elemental as well? He will use this action to pound that other guy, but I wanted to move.
Yep. That's fine. Any action, Lewin? I've seen you walk.
Oh no, that his action last turn was to pound that other guy.
No, I was talking about the monk. He's just done his move.
Oh yes.
Oh, don't get inside the water elemental. Oh, that's okay. You can move. You'll start drowning. You're fine there. Okay, rolling to hit, I presume. Get that short sword busy. Oh, that 10 is a miss. Second attack, 21, that's a hit. Nine bludgeoning damage. You either get one extra bonus action or flurry of blows, up to you, or something else that monks do. Some shenanigans. Not hearing you in Discord, but I can see what's going on. So I'm narrating.
Aren't you? That's better. Sorry, I had it on mute. I was coughing before. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Apologies. So I can do another unarmed strike, can't I?
You can, yeah. At no cost. But at what cost, Lewin?
Yeah, no, I won't, because I won't actually do that strike. So I don't want to use a key point.
Oh, it's not a key point to have these. You get 2 strikes around.
Cool.
So.
That's right. Yeah, I do too. Sorry. Yep, I forgot. So yeah, so 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Finish him. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, it's on its absolute last legs. You can see the health bar there. You've just been pounding it. It's fairly clearly got broken bones. Slashes all over it and all over.
All right, well, I hate to go out with a fizzle, so I am going to circle around Umbral and then just kind of, throwing my staff forward again. I want to try to hit with an attack roll.
Okay.
And I'm going to let loose a bright white bluish bolt from the tip of my staff as I cast Guiding Bolt again.
Okay, roll to hit. Oof, 29.
Yeah!
Boom!
Yay! It's very dead.
It is very dead.
Cheers as the bolt goes over his shoulder.
and hammers home, and this creature drops. And those horrible sounds you've been hearing go silent, and you are once again in the deep dark woods.
I put my hands on my knees and pants and go, geez, that hurt.
Yes,
That's
are you
just
not?
pain.
Are you all right? Do you not need to catch your breath and have some medical attention?
I definitely would like some medical attention if anybody can help me with that.
What if we took a short rest, for instance?
Ah, yes, I could use my hit dice for an hour.
Okay. Is the party...
support the notion of a rest. And while we have some medical attention, maybe, Sebastian, we could have a little tactical attention.
Okay. Yes. All right.
This is the one where I say...
It's...
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
I was going to just say, do any of you not conjure minions?
No.
Right.
No, those water elementals are very good, very handy.
You should let them take the beating.
All right.
Indeed.
You managed to get a short rest. Over that time, the elemental goes back to its watery home. You talk tactics about upfrontness and letting the barbarian slam his way about the place. And let us take 10 minutes to go and grab a coffee or whatever, bit of a short break, and meet back here at the end of your short rest. And feel free to roll any of your hit dice. You can cross off hit dice on your character sheets and things.